Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your week 13 Monday morning breakfast bite. I know, I can't believe we're already in week 13, so just a couple more weeks left, and you can breathe a sigh of relief. Business Law 1 is done, and you can move on from it. But this week we're going to be discussing intellectual property, and you're also going to be creating basically a mission statement and purpose statement for your organization. You with your team are creating a nonprofit organization. So you're coming up with an idea for a nonprofit organization that's going to help our local population. So the individuals that live locally within the area. It could be, if you're living outside the area, it could be that local area. But we want to keep it at a grassroots level. So we're looking at something that maybe it could be as simple as a food truck. Maybe it could be as simple as a sneaker drive. It could be just any number of things. Maybe there's something near and dear to your heart regarding foster children and something to help foster children. So think about where there is a need. What have you seen in your area that you believe brings a need to to St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Tampa, wherever your local area is? Get with your team, and then all of you decide together on the idea. Once you've decided this idea, what you're going to do is you're going to take that idea and you're going to write it up. You're going to talk about, what the organization, what you hope to do with the organization. You're going to tell me what the proposed name is of the organization, and then we're going to go from there. And as you're defining that organization, you're thinking about, where would I operate? How would I obtain revenues for it? And what is my mission statement? What is the mission of the organization? So either at the top or the bottom of your one page, where you're discussing your basically your nonprofit organization's or corporation's purpose, you're going to have your mission statement, which is going to be a short statement, one sentence. It could be 3 lines, it could be 4 lines, but one sentence that capsulizes your organization and what it is you're trying to achieve with it. So that's it. It's kind of a simple assignment for this week. And I think that you'll be able to handle this without any problem. I've already set up discussion posts for each team, and then you have your week 13 discussion forum. And here this week we're doing a current event, which I think are more fun than your typical answer the questions and tell me what your thoughts are kind of thing. So look at a current event. You're going to look at something that involves the topic that we're studying this week, which again is intellectual property. And intellectual property comes in several forms. We have patents, we have trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets. Those are the primary sources of intellectual property. And 3 of those are covered by federal law, and 1 of those is only covered by state law. Trade secrets is governed only by state law, whereas federal law under the Copyright Act covers copyrights, and then we have the trademark, which is the Lanham Act, that's the original act, and then we have the patent law. So we have the U.S. patent laws governing patents, the creation of patents. Every one of those is separate, yet there could sometimes be overlap. So you have to look at, when you're looking at each individual section, think about what is it that actually pertains to it. When we talk about patents, we're coming up with an idea, but we have to articulate that idea in some way, shape, or form. So we have to be able to reduce that idea to some kind of writing or recording or something that is going to memorialize what that idea is in some form, so that it can be communicated. Because if it's just in our head, it's just an idea, and it can't be governed by any particular laws because we haven't reduced it to some tangible medium of expression. You'll see that word come up, tangible medium of expression, because what we mean is we have to be able to somehow express what that idea is. Then you're looking at copyrights. Well, copyrights govern many different things. Copyrights, we always think about music, we think about books, we think about movies, but architectural plans, believe it or not, pantomime, so the choreography for a pantomime, choreography. So there are many different aspects of copyright that we don't think about in our everyday work. Software programs, of course, are considered copyrighted. And then we have trademarks, and we all know trademarks. We think of them: Coca-Cola, McDonald's Golden Arches, Nike's check mark. I mean, we can go on and talk about different logos that are considered trademarks. And the trademark is something that allows your company to stand out, so that people recognize that and associate that particular trademark with your organization. It gives you a marketing edge. Finally, we have trade secrets, and trade secrets are different because it's something that you don't want the public to know. So we talk about Coca-Cola's secret recipe. We have commercials about Bush's baked beans and their secret recipe for their baked beans with the dog and them making light of it. But that's important because what that means is it's a trade secret. It gives me a marketing edge, or we feel that it gives one a marketing edge over others who might want to steal that information so that they can be in the same market as us or compete at a higher level with us being the organization. So when you're looking at that, you're looking at a trade secret. It's information you don't want divulged to the public, and that's governed by state law. Now, when we talk about trade secrets, we can also consider company list, company processes, in other words, the way you do things. Those can all be trade secrets too. That's why it's very important to make sure that if you're an employer, you have employees sign a non-disclosure agreement, which means that any information that is of relevance to the organization that the organization doesn't want divulged, the employee cannot divulge, and if the employee does, then the employee actually would be subject to lawsuit for trade secret violations, and the monetary penalties can be significant. So that's it in a nutshell. You guys have a wonderful week 13. Take a little bit of a breath, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me.